Hey everybody, Phantom4 here, and I'm going to be reacting to 11 videos you need to see to believe, which is a video made by Chills. Link to the original video is in the description box if you want to check out the original video. And let's roll the tape, shall we?
Rarely are events like this caught on video. That's why you need to see these videos for yourself, or else you would never believe they were true. Number 11. A man becomes so distracted watching an oncoming train that he doesn't notice the one coming from behind, and all his terrified wife can do is let out a surprised moan. In a way, she probably saved him. There is such little clearance that, had he turned around, he probably would have gotten clipped in the shoulder. This is the closest I've seen anyone come to getting splattered. He is so lucky that no side mirrors or other objects were sticking out. Number 10. When a fire fills a downtown Philadelphia apartment building with smoke, one of the residents living at the top climbs all 19 floors down by himself with nothing but his bare hands. Thinking fast, he quickly devises a plan to climb down using the balcony columns for support. Firefighters and police have nothing to catch him with. If he falls, then the only assistance they can provide is by guiding him with flashlights and a giant spotlight. It does seem to help him find his way, but it could blind him as well, so they have to be careful to stay away from his eyes. Eventually, he touches the sidewalk and is safe. When you look at this view from the bottom, it's hard to believe anyone would be brave enough to make it all the way down this building without chickening out halfway. But I guess when the alternative is potentially losing your life, you don't have much of a choice. Number 9. A man is pumping...
Yeah, I don't know about you lot. I will admit, there's a chance I may do something like that in that situation. I know that's really dangerous to do, but at the same time, if it was a choice of me either trying to scale the side of a building just to climb back down, or just to climb down a building that's on fire, or remain in the building and risk not getting saved and ended up dying from either dehydration or from being burned alive, I think I will actually climb down the side of the building like that dude did, because at least I know that if I know if I'm gonna fall to my death, at least I have the option to actually to jump. So at least that way I'll have like some control of like how and when I'm going to die in that situation. And that train spotting thing where the train, if you see this, were filming themselves and each other watching the trains go by. That's what those people were doing at number 11. They were doing something called train spotting. That's where you like video record and or take photos of old trains that go by. That's pretty much what train spotting is. And as you can tell, you gotta be really careful when you do train spotting, because as you notice at number 11, train spotting can turn deadly if you're not too careful.
Gas in Detroit when he notices a small spider crawling along his gas cap. So he takes a lighter and sets the poor bug of...
Why the is this guy not smart? You don't do that. You never do that. Does this person not remember that petrol is flammable? It is flammable. Flammable. It will burst into flames and you will end up being a complete idiot, because you could end up getting yourself killed and or anybody else in their vicinity.
Flame, along with everything else in sight. Panic makes him remove the nozzle and unwittingly transform the pump into a flamethrower. Now the fire spreads across the ground as the burning gasoline pools outward. A massive burst of flames looks imminent until an emergency overhead system kicks in and douses the flames with a barrage of special chemicals, all because of a single spider. So next time you are fueling up at a busy gas station, just remember
Don't
that
use a
somebody
lighter.
like this person could be standing on the other side. Number 8.
Don't use a
I
lighter.
analyzed a video a while back of a barefoot man with white eyes who is able to keep up with a speeding car. Since then, new footage of the encounter has appeared, and this time he is in the streetlight for a better look, and you even get to hear him speak. In this bonus footage, he says he's going to end their lives as he charges towards them. His voice is full of anger, and he is sprinting as fast as humanly possible. I counted no less than 8 running steps in approximately 2 seconds here. Watch this part in slow motion and tell me if I'm right. Number 7. A YouTuber kept...
The guy must be trying to get super speed. If it's roughly 8 steps per every 2 seconds, he must be trying to get super speed.
Shows an apparition on his doorbell cam that somehow changes shape and color. First, it has an oversized white head with no face. Then it becomes see-through to the point where you can make out the bush behind it. And then it switches to a blinding white color without getting thinner. The whole time it somewhat resembles a human in height and gait, but how? Since this is the only footage of the apparition, we may never know. Number 6. A broken power line wraps itself around a traffic light in Manchester, New Jersey, and this utility worker has to safely retrieve it. He grabs the fallen end and whips it over with all of his might. The line dislodges after 3 tries, but unluckily for him, it lands directly in a pothole filled with water, and the current carries clear across the road. The whole reason he doesn't drop lifelessly to the ground must be his yellow suit, which I assume is fully insulated to protect against high voltage electricity. He runs away as a spectacular...
He's lucky because you can get... It is possible to make a suit that's highly resistant to a certain degree of voltage from a power line like that. So he's lucky he was wearing that suit.
Spectacular light show darkens the sky above. The video is taken from the dash cam of a Manchester police officer who is directing traffic away from the power line as a precaution against this very event. Number 5. A police chase in West Charlotte, North Carolina changes from the federal highway to residential roads with a single right turn. Someone reported this Honda Civic as missing, and the group of teenagers inside are all suspects. They blow through numerous intersections and one-way streets
Why am I not
until they come
surprised?
across their final obstacle, a slow-moving train carrying tons of scrap metal. It's like a scene out of a movie, and what happens next is something you need to see to believe.
The person who was driving this black Honda jumped out at a railroad track,
Oh,
run
you
along the tracks,
dumbass.
and now he has jumped onto this
You
train.
The
dumbass.
driver is
You dumbass. You don't do that. You never hop in between 2 heavy steel trucks like that, because you can quite easily be crushed to death, and you'd have no one but yourself to blame, because you were the idiot stupid enough to go in between 2 freaking trucks. Honest to God, even I know how stupid. Even I know that's really stupid, and I'm a self-proclaimed idiot.
out in an instant. His friends open the door, but then have second thoughts and surrender. Meanwhile,
His friends are the smart ones because they did the right thing by staying put. This idiot is a complete dumbass, and he's way more stupid than I am. And some people actually know that I'm an idiot because of how I often act like an idiot.
leader does his best to keep up with the train. Running across the wooden tracks isn't easy, and a single false step could send him stumbling under its massive wheels as he reaches out for something to grab onto. He pulls himself up, but the only way he can stay on board is by wedging himself between two cars, with his arms and legs fully extended. The train is not going very fast or anything, but getting slowly crushed would be even worse when you think about it. It's a terrifying position
It'd be a slow
for
and
any
painful
length of
death.
time. And as the train comes to a stop, he sprints into the woods, full of adrenaline but short on an actual plan.
But again, yeah, I expect you're going to see some.
I was going to say, does he even have a
police cars
plan?
on the ground coming into this
But
area
clearly he
very
doesn't.
quickly to try to find this person who is here in the woods.
The police helicopter loses him for a bit in the dense tree line, so they set a perimeter around the neighborhood and eventually find him before the day is through. Number 4. A man is walking along a bridge when suddenly a train comes fast in the opposite direction. He has only moments to react and trips while turning.
This guy is a dumbass. This guy is a
His stumble
dumbass.
costs him valuable seconds, and the train is barreling down. It's pretty obvious he isn't going to make it. But here's the thing though, this video isn't real. And if you were like me, you were totally fooled up to this point. Yes, that is a real person, and yes, that is a real train, but it is actually 2 separate shots spliced together to create the illusion of one continuous scene. It's called superimposed editing, and if I didn't tell you, you would probably still continue to believe this video was real. I know I did. Number 3. A YouTuber called Douglas Cash stands at the entrance of these caves in the Bahamas. The stunning scenery grows less colorful and more claustrophobic as he takes a few hesitant steps inside. Soon he finds himself staring down a tunnel that looks barely large enough to support a human when a wild shriek fills his ears. Listen to this and tell me what it could possibly be, animal or otherwise.
Cave troll.
Well, you know I ain't going down yet, right?
It's a
Whatever
cave
it
troll.
is, it sounds about
It's a cave troll.
medium-sized, but
It's a cave troll. It's a cave troll.
vicious enough to tear your throat out if given the chance. Even Douglas doesn't seem to recognize the menacing noise and decides not to go any deeper.
Smart
Since
move.
he did come all
Smart
the way
guy.
out to
Smart move. Thumbs up to you, Douglas Cash, whoever you are. Thumbs up to you. Cause you know when to get the fuck out of Dodge. So thumbs up to you, dude.
this area by foot to do some exploring. He decides to hang around the cave entrance for just a bit longer. After
Yeah,
all,
good.
it's
Just
brighter
don't- as long as you don't go
here.
back
He
in
thought
there.
Whatever he heard is going to come out of the darkness. He explores for another 2 minutes or so, studying the natural rock formations and
God damn
whatnot, and then decides to
He went
call
back
it a
in.
day. But unknown to him, looking back at him from the darkness are 2 glowing eyes that quickly disappear, and if you listen closely, you can hear some kind of chittering language that could indicate a certain level of intelligence. Number 2.
Well, this video's rather, this video's in this countdown video were rather eventful, weren't they? Well, as you could tell, I chopped out the last 2, so if you want to watch the original video in its entirety, link in the description box down below. It'll take you to this video on Choos's channel. Give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed the reaction video, and subscribe if you want to see more content, and and until next time, goodbye for now.